Man, we hustle every day. We chasing people. At about that you Man, we hustle every day. Greetings YouTube and welcome to my YouTube channel. Nenomaila M Traders, you already know. So before we go any further, can you please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. So on today's video, I'm going to show you how to trade with a trend line. So this is the main concept of trading with the trend line over here. So let's say you're in a bullish market. This is your, what can I use here? This is your lower low, higher low, higher low, higher low. This is where you take your buys. This is your low, higher high. This is your higher high. So you're expecting the market to come and create what? Another higher high over here. So let's get into the chart. Let me go back to the chart. So I have two examples here. So there's this type of setups whereby you have 3 touches and also a zone. Then there's also something like this. There's also something like this whereby the market just do this. So you can see we have 3 good touches as well here. This is our first touch, our second touch, and our third touch. But then we don't have zones inside this trend. So I have example of those. So you can see overall as a trend line trader. As a trend line trader, you can see we have 1, 2, and we didn't get the third touch. But then if you were also trading with the zones over here, you would have seen this zone and took an entry, then the market would have shot up. So there's another example on the side. So preferably I prefer trading both the zones and the trend line. So here's another example over here. So this is our first touch, our second touch, and our third touch. So overall you can see that the market did what? Gave us 3 good touches. But then there's no zones. It's moving how? It's moving like this. It's moving how? It's moving like this example over here, not this one. So overall we prefer which ones? We prefer these ones, because we not only have one confluence, we do not only have this one confluence, but then we also have what? We also have this, and we also have what? Our third touch. And also if the market, remember the market might not come to your straight to your trend line. Like here, let me just show you here. This is our first touch, our second touch, and our third touch. But then the market didn't come where? To touch our trend line over here. So you would have missed this one if you were not also trading the zones. Because remember, we're in an uptrend. So if you know how to trade the zones, you would have saw this zone and also added saw a structure, a bullish structure over here. There's a bullish flag over here, or you might call this a falling wedge. So overall there's a wedge, then the market will shot up. So it's best to trade both this setup and this setup. But also here there's a structure. There's a structure being built here. Bullish continuation structure. Remember, all the structures, when they break out, that's our entry. If you couldn't buy here, you would have bought here to the upwards. Then you can also use what? You can also use your Fibonacci just to see if the zone it's a strong buying zone. So you can see overall this was a strong buying zone because it's on our 61% retracement. Let's see this side. It was also a strong selling zone because it's on our 61% retracement. So overall, these setups are very good to trade, especially for beginners. You can trade this and be profitable, and also professional traders do trade like this. So in a buying market, you're going to draw your trend line from the previous two touches and wait for the market to come and create a third touch. Then that's your entry. As you can see, let us look for a selling one. Let us look for a selling one, a selling trend line. I think let me try this one. So even though it's not clear, I hope you can see we also have we have this zone over here, then we also have another one over here. So this is a type of setup I like. So overall we have a lower high, so it's on 61% retracement, you can see. Then our TP is somewhere here. So you can see that the market played out very well. So this is our first touch. Let me just mark it out. Our first touch, second touch, then third touch. So you can also draw this as a bearish continuation structure. So you can see that we have this there. So you would have sold here at the breakout if you missed this touch over here, but then I don't really depend on touches. I depend on structures being built and how the market goes back to create the third touch. So overall we can see we had this beautiful bearish flag. So let us look for another one where the market is selling, or let us look for a diagonal trend line. So we have this. Let me see. So overall you can see, okay, let me just leave that one. I just want a perfect example I can show you guys. A diagonal trend line. So so overall, okay, let me just use this one. So overall this is our diagonal trend line. So overall you can see, okay, we have this, first touch. Remember I only showed you the buying side and the selling side from our diagonal resistance and our diagonal support in a selling market and in a buying market. So how to trade a diagonal trend line in a diagonal resistance trend line in a buying market. This is how you can do it. So you can see overall we have this zone over here. So in order for you to sell, you have a second touch over here. This is our third touch. So in order for me to have sold this market, I wanted to see how the market goes back to create the third touch. Then if it broke that structure, I would have bought to this area over here. Like here, look at how the market went to this structure. I'm definitely sure it came to this side to create a fourth touch here, or a third touch. Let me just do this. Remember, this is our third touch, our first touch, our second touch, our third touch. Then let's see if it didn't come to create our fourth touch. It did, and it broke out. So remember, that's why I told you I prefer it to have a build up to our next touch. So if I would have got this here, I would have sold. So yeah, this is how you trade the diagonal trend lines. Let me show you a support one, a diagonal support. Okay. Okay, let's say we have this. Then we want to see the market. Remember, this is our diagonal trend line. Then we have this first touch, second touch, third touch. We want to see something, a build up. Then we want to see the market break that build up and retest it. Then we want to come to this side over here. So we will refer what? A first touch, second touch, and a third touch. So overall, we want to see how the market goes there. So we got a build up here. It was building up to our third touch. So we had this beautiful build up. So we want to see the market break both our trend line and our last resistance. So overall it broke it and retested. Then it went to our TP. So it went to our TP over here. Remember the most respected zone, that's your TP. This is your TP. This is your TP1. Remember, we opened 2 trades. This is where you can close one. This is where you can close the second one. Overall, we don't want to trade until this level over here, because we didn't know that the market is coming there, because we're trying to capitalize inside a bearish market. So that's how we trade trend lines. Aim traders logging out. Peace, and we out. And do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell and like this video. The guy in you.